Okay, we're taking a look at Mr. Kibbles, who's Plat 5 on console. Says they've been a Plat tank since forever, and they mentioned their SR even back in Overwatch 1, so they're, an old timer at least since Overwatch 1. This is a narrow 6-5 victory on Junkertown. I always tell people close losses are the best ones to post because I can show you like what little things you could have done to swing the game and win it. But if this is what you got, this is what you got. I play Sigma. I think I'm pretty good for my rank, but I'd say I could hit and maintain Diamond. But there's obviously a flaw I have that's keeping me stuck at Plat that I can't see. Could you help? Sorry, still sick, so this will happen. Trying to take a cough drop to calm it down. Okay, so looks like it's probably gonna be a Sigma game. Sigma's a good choice in Junkertown. I'm not gonna go too much into detail with your supports, but it's a pretty great situation. Okay, don't throw shields out like this. It's a bad idea. Like, just don't do it. I mean, throw a shield out quickly if you're afraid of someone getting sniped, and then release and start walking forwards. You have to understand sight lines, okay? They cannot see your front door from here, right? If they're standing here, if they're standing here, if they're here, they're here. They cannot see your front line, the door from here. If they can stand here, your shield's not helping. Okay, you see your shield over there? Not helping. If they're standing over here, shield's also not helping. If they're standing here, shield's also not helping. Shield's also not helping. So again, this shield is not helping at all from any of the actual angles that you can get attacked from. Number one. All right, let's roll out. So you're also wasting time where you could be spamming. What triggers you to use grasp here? Okay, use grasp when one of two things is possible. Number one, you have to use it to stay alive. Number two, you can use it to suddenly absorb a lot of damage that you can use to run over the enemy. Okay, so for example, Pharah ulti, Bastion tank form, maybe it's like Soldier Helix rockets, Fan the Hammer from Cassidy, something like that, where suddenly you can get a burst of a lot of health and use it to just walk over the opposing team. None of those things are true right here. You are full health. You are in no danger. Nobody's firing anything at you that you know you're going to be able to absorb for damage. You're not protecting your team at all here. Okay, you notice they're still vulnerable on your backside. This is a totally wasted grasp on what is a long cooldown ability. Okay. Grasp, right? How much... You actually got more than I expected out of this. Wow. But sure. Did you actually get 300 damage? What the heck? You got 200 health out of that. Wow. I have no idea how you got that much health. Great. But either way, you didn't need it because you're full health, right? And you weren't even protecting your team. So I wouldn't have used Grasp Bear. You don't need it. So let's go through the thought process. Okay, D.Va is really far up in your team, stopping the cart from moving. You got the Lucio on high ground. You get the Soldier on high ground. Why are you walking up high ground and attacking the D.Va? Right? Either one, go up here, kill Lucio or kill the Soldier, or number two, kill the D.Va. Okay? Walking up here away from the D.Va and not attacking the people who are injured close to you, but attacking the relatively full health D.Va is the worst possible option that you could pick, right? Focus on one thing, one easy thing, and do that. Okay, Lucio bumps you around. Soldier's super vulnerable here. The Soldier is like throwing. Okay, Genji's on you. I would have spammed right there. You saw the Soldier and go there. You see the D.Va super low right now. You should switch to D.Va immediately. You still see the D.Va super low. You should switch to D.Va, right? D.Va's here. When D.Va pops like that, when D.Va mech is popped, right here, shoot the mech. Because the splash damage will hit her when she comes out of BB D.Va form, which will make it much easier to kill. So your Soldier just carries you here. Everything here is just clean up. Like nothing really matters. Like the fight's already over. Okay, you lost mech. For the record, when you throw it, aim for their feet, right? Like right here, because the hitbox is huge. Even if they jump, they can't jump over it. And if you miss, it'll splash the ground and damage them, right? Because now you completely whiffed. Versus if you hit the ground, you can splash, stun, and do some. Like, I think it's like 40 damage. Okay. You also saw that the Ana was low back here, right? I know the Soldier's gonna pick up Mega here. So I probably walk forward, shield to the left, and then go kill the Ana. Soldier's a fool. Great. So you get this. I don't think you can test this. Alright, they're gonna try to contest this because they're crazy. So again, be aggressive here, right? You got full health, you got all 5 people here, there's no reason to back off. Like, you feel a sense of danger, but you're not in danger at all. First of all, you want to be on the cart because you want to move the cart forward, right? Force them to come to you, A. B, target the people who are low, okay? First, Lucio comes out his own, fine, kill Lucio. But D.Va's low, kill Lucio, right? Number 3, use the shield to shield off the window to force these people who want to play high ground to drop or not participate. Right? None of the things are going correctly here as Sigma. Completely with this rock. Alright, good shots on Lucio. That's good targeting. Right? Go into the shoot melee, right? Way too many directs. You're trying to go aim like way high. Aim much lower. That way, if you miss, you can bounce and potentially get the kill. Throw a shield. Right there, throw a shield forwards and have it stop here to prevent your Ana from dying. You're not going to be able to walk over there in time. And clearly, your team's going to kill her. Okay, second point's a huge pain for Sigma, right? My general keys would be you have to figure out how to continually poke them here until you get ultimate, and then you go up and you lift and you try to kill. This is not a good point for Sigma, in my opinion. I think it's quite difficult to do something here if the other team knows what they're doing. Close your shield. You try to take high ground now. I think this is sort of a reasonable idea. The problem is your team is not going to be able to help you here, I think, too much. But your soldier's coming with you, so maybe you can do this. I think taking high ground is good. Right? Always take high ground if you can. If they're not going to defend it from you, then take it. Right here, you're going to get things are going to get dicey really fast. Whiff that rock pretty badly. Okay. What happened to your shield? Ah, you left their shield up. This is a big deal. To leave your shield, because your shield right now would be absolutely massive. Because I would have used the shield to block the Sigma behind me. Because I assume I'm going to get rocked or slept in a moment. I would have put the shield right here, going diagonally left to right like that. Okay. Soldier dies. As I said, rock coming in. You grasp right now to save your soldier. Right, good. Unfortunately, Ana gets a splash in. Right, if you had shield, none of that would have happened. So you have grasp right now. Your brig is in. I pop Flux here to make sure I wouldn't fight. If this fight's over, I'm gonna cap the point. Okay, so I don't have to worry too much about wasting it. There is a chance, conceivably, that we could lose this fight. So I would pop Flux. You should not have dropped off high ground. You're plenty of health. Good rock. Right, should aim a little lower to make sure you don't splash. He ended up not needing Flux, which is great. So I think you're too far forward considering the position. Your card is not capped here yet, right? They could have somebody fast who could get the card, delay, and the rest of the team shows up. This is like, I think, a sloppy mistake. I think you're too early here. I think you should still be playing here and just making sure they don't get to the card. I don't think they're actually going to stop this, but if they change the hero rounds, they definitely could stop the card. And things could have gotten very bad. Don't get too greedy. I think it's a good idea to target the Ana. See, you're like super forward now, so now you're being attacked from 2 angles. But still, good. I mean, why drop off, right? Like, the soldier dropped. Why are you dropping here? There's no point. You don't need to drop. Just keep shooting. Like, your pressure on the Ana is huge. She already used grenade. If you keep pressuring her, she dies here. There's no reason for you to drop. Just keep pressuring the Ana, and this fight's won. Flux is a reasonable option right now. Right? If you can get this 3-man right there with Flux, I would do it. You throw your shield, but it's super low. Right? See, they're all going to be removed now. Because if you Flux back there, you can kill 3. I would just shot him there instead of Fluxing, because I'm afraid of him. He's so low. One shot, right? One burst would kill him. Again, you're throwing a shield that's not doing anything. Card's still moving. Keep pressure up, right? Stay with your team. Keep pressure up. Force them to use cooldowns to just get out of spawn. Okay? You should not be playing this spot right here, walking around like this. This is the worst spot for you to be playing. Okay? Just play here. Either you're pressuring spawn or you're not. If you're like, hey, look, I'm afraid they're gonna come out spawn and roll me, then don't play here at all and play way back here. Okay? Your only 2 options are play here, right? Or here, if you think they're coming out of right door, or play back here. Okay? Don't stand in the middle. This is how you die. Bad grasp, you didn't need it, you're at full health. Right? You should have rocked right away. Your shield's also not in a good position, right? Your shield's not able to protect your team. See, your team is like, okay, time for us to leave, and then you decide to go in, right? Your Brig wisely is like, oh, time for me to go, and then you decide to go in now that your Brig is left, which is not the right call. Your Pharah is more mobile here, right? She has concussive to get away.
Actuating the barrier.
Right? Use grasp, but why are you grasping here? That doesn't do anything. If I'm leaving spawn and I see the opposing Sigma grasping, I'm like, okay, I'll just walk outside. You're not stopping me from going anywhere by grasping. Your shooting is what stops me from going anywhere, not the grasp. Okay?
What is it?
So now you're way too far in, okay? You must recognize that your team is very far away from you right now. That you're way too committed. This team could easily turn on you and kill you. Okay? When Visor gets popped, let's wait for the waistline. As soon as that happens, I turn to the right, and I start rock. Because I can hear it, and I know he's going to run forwards. So, turn, but too late, right? You let this finish instead of starting the rock right away. You still haven't rocked, you're still attacking instead of rocking. You could have rocked at any moment in time, and then one-shot the combo. So you easily could have killed him there, right? And then, if you grasped, you could have grasped and stayed alive, and you would have won this point right then.
Oh, to be.
Is your team ready? Your team is not. You have gone out way too early. Okay. Bastion's ultis. I don't want to leave, right? Because who does Bastion try to kill with ultis? He tries to kill immobile heroes, in particular supports. Your Ana. I would throw shield here for Ana to give her the ability to use the shield to block the shot of Bastion. That is what you should do here. Okay, let's watch and see what happens with it. Where is he actually at the center? He hasn't fired yet. Right, you see your Ana is still waiting back here because she's waiting for Bastion ulti. Okay, you're pushing all on your own, but your supports aren't here. Right? It's like you're out here. The timing is all wrong here. Right? You're taking a ton of damage. You're not getting healed. You must know something is wrong, right? Right? So you come out here. Your shield is in a terrible position again. You're fluxing here. You get rocked out of flux. That's very obvious, right? That's the natural Sigma matchup. Is that whoever grasps first loses. You grasp first, they rock you, then you die. Okay? They grasp first, you rock them, they die. Right? Don't grasp first. Okay? Now you do flux and two-man flux, but again, your team isn't ready to capitalize on this yet. So, big problem. Okay, just Lucio, you force beat, which is honestly very lucky because he didn't need to beat at all. You're just kind of doing nothing. Right? You drop, try to kill Lucio, but like you're in the middle of the opposing team on all 5 sides, so grass isn't really going to help you, and then you're going to die here. Oh, fair right there. You really should die here, but right? When he starts grasping, then use rock. Your team just absolutely carried you again. Other than forcing beat, which was not really a force beat because he did not use buff there, you haven't done anything. Right? So right idea. Okay, you miss it, but right idea, right? He starts grasping, you immediately start rolling. Put pressure on the Bastion, which I think is a good idea. Miss, not. The thing is, because of the nature of the fight, you're losing people. You need to speed up the fight, not slow it down. Using grasp slows down the fight. They're going to continue streaming out of their spawn and eventually be 5 people. Okay? You just lost 2. If you don't kill this Bastion right away, you have 0 chance of winning the fight. You kill the Bastion like right away. So, on a macro scale, what kind of happens here? Right? What goes wrong in the situation? Because you had an advantage, right? You have 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know where your fifth. Yeah, 5. You have all 5 people here. So let's play it out slowly.
You call that a defense?
Okay. So just regular shooting. Why are you being so defensive here? Right? Go in. If you were closer, you would get these kills. Okay? You want to speed up the fight right now. You want to kill people, you want to stagger them so that you can capture the point. You playing defensive just allows them to collect as 5. Okay? So down 1. Okay? You have an advantage. You see the Bastion. Take care of the Bastion, right? Just literally, you could just grasp and walk at him. Okay, and then rock after grasp is done. But potentially throw shield first. Okay, so your brig goes in, which I think is a mistake, but you could potentially save the brig here. I think the brig at least understands to like speed up the fight. So when you get through this, you could rock or shield to potentially save your brig. You try to throw shield. I understand that. You almost got it. All right. Your soldier has popped visor. This really should be a one fight. You have to watch out for how much damage coming there. The Bastion's not a problem anymore, right? Because Bastion doesn't have ulti. You have to kill everybody else, right? Right, you miss the rock. You get slept. So you're down one right now. Fair dies over there again. Soldiers in right now, super committed. You should be committed too, okay? This is not the time to take a flank route. Just run in there right now. The soldier's clearly hunting someone with visor. Figure out who he's killing, in this case the Cassidy, and just hunt him down as well. You taking the flank route means that the Cassidy gets time, right? Gets to go back in and kills the soldier. Quite frankly, your team is doing like all the work here. You're basically not getting any kills. I can't remember any kills that you've gotten so far. And by kills, I don't mean the limbs. I mean like you actually got the kill. Bad angle for shield, because you can just shoot past it, right? It doesn't crack there on the left. You can shoot through that, so the shield doesn't do anything. You should angle it. Bastion's up there, doesn't matter, it's a bad angle for him, he can't do anything. Once again, a grass, rocks. Your brig saves you, right? That's a good. Alright, again, you try to naked rock, which is a bad idea. This is why you only rock with grass, because he can shield block it. The Sigma's just not playing. Right, you have flux coming very soon. Don't shield, right? You have full health. You don't need to shield. Oh man, if you hit any shots, okay. So let's watch here. You're at 84%. Okay, 87, 89, 89, 97. Okay, miss, 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 and then finally you get it. It took you 4 shots to get 4 bursts to get 1 hit to get the final 3% that you needed for ulti. You could have had that ulti like literally 4 seconds ago if you had hit any of those shots. So now you pop ulti, but they're not as clustered, right? You really want an ulti when they collapse together. Like this is the money ulti, right? You pick up 3, fight's over. Okay? Now, because it takes you too long to get ulti, right? See, even right here, this is still a good ulti opportunity. Okay. Finally get it. You see, Cassidy rolls sideways. You aim for the Sig, who's the worst possible target, right? Because he's the most tanky. You happen to pick up the Lucio, right? You can kill Lucio right here. You miss, which is really bad. He gets slammed. You're lucky to kill him there that he doesn't have amp, and the amp doesn't heal him. All right. Just walk up there and grasp. Okay, you hit that. He's going on the back line. And you're lucky to get that, right? You nearly lost that fight, despite a lot of advantages.
Ready.
So, this is not a good spot to be playing a Sigma, okay? Because you can get jumped really easily and die. So, for example, if they have Winston, right, Winston Genji, and they dive you right here, and they just follow you through this building, you can't get healed until you get all the way over here. You're probably dead, okay? If the Pharah concussive blasts you off over here, it's not going to knock you off the edge, right? But they knock you off high ground over here, and then they cut you off, then you die. There's no reason to take this level of risk.
Return to me.
Again, if you're playing right here, you are out of position. No tank, no defensive tank plays up here. This is where, like, if I'm the Sigma, I'm just going to walk at you because I'm going to kill you. There's no way you can stay here. You're just too far forward, not enough. Again, bad shield. Again, you don't rock the shield. Or rock the, sorry, don't shield the rock. Again, a grasp when you have 440 health, so it's not like you need it, and now your grasp is down, you got very little health out of it. Again, you try to rock the shield, which is silly. Like, that's the whole point of the shield used to block cooldowns. You could have killed that Torb for sure. Right? right there, when he starts walking back, right here, when he straightens out, you send 2 shots, bounce him on the ground like this, he's dead. Okay, the Torb only has 79 health. You do 110 damage on directs. So even if one of them directs and the other one splashes, you would still have killed him. With both those. Rock him, right? He grasps, you rock. Now he naked rocks you, which should never happen. Okay, now you're forced to use grasp. Okay, get healing, back up. I think it's the right call to go back in the main lane. I don't think you actually want to go this way. You're gonna give too much space if you go up this way. I think you have to play main lane. But the problem is your team is also losing on the side. You're just gonna die. Okay, so what happens here, right? Why do you lose this first point? So let's kind of watch the overhead view. So number 1, soldier dies. How does the soldier die? Where is the soldier? Oh man, he just eats a direct and a rocket. So could you do something about that? Yeah, I think you have more presence if you're playing like correctly, like more this way when you have health and putting more pressure down. I think you prevent that death just because that spam never happens to your backline. So I would say 50% preventable by you. Not fully, but 50% preventable. Okay? You notice the primary issue here, you're just not doing anything to stop them, right? They're just holding W, just walking over you. Nothing you're doing is slowing them down anyway. They're just continually walking forwards. Okay? Their team is able to do whatever they want on the side, and you're not able to do anything. That's number 1. Number 2. So soldier dies, Brig goes in, and if I was playing you, I would realize my Brig is not very good, B, super aggressive. So if she's going to be aggressive, I'm going to at least try to figure out how can I help capitalize on her aggression. It's just like if you play Counter-Strike or Valorant, your teammate might be bad and goes in and dies, but if they go in and die, there's a moment where the other team is targeting them that I can use to kill and trade for them. Okay? It's often called baiting when you do it intentionally, but in this scenario, you effectively can bait your Brig, right? If I see the Brig go in, like I saw her dash, I'm like, okay, she's going to try to kill that Torb. I can just shield off the Sigma, go left, and aim for the Torb. Okay? So again, Brig goes in. She's trying to take this fight against the Torb, which is a bad idea. I do not think this is a good play for the Brig, right? She's gotten the Torb down to half. Okay, and then she dies. Could you do anything? Probably not, but you could have tried, right? It's more productive than losing the one-on-one against the Sigma. Okay, so now you're down 2, which means this is turned to a roll. Okay, Hanzo's gonna die over here, and there's not much you can do there, right? But fundamentally, you're losing the side lane and you're losing the mid lane, right? So you're not either helping your side lane to try to win the fight, and you're not doing enough to stop the mid lane, so you're just getting walked over. I would say the enemy Sigma is clearly better than you are at Sigma. So if you feel like you are diamond level and you can't beat a platinum 5 Sigma, that's a problem. You should be if you are truly diamond level, you would be absolutely diffing the Sigma. Like it would be not even close. Like he would never rock you, and you'd be rocking him out of grass every single time, and you'd be forcing him to grasp first. Okay? If you are grasping first in a Sigma versus Sigma match, you are losing. I want to make that very clear. If you are grasping first, you are losing the matchup. Like that's what happens when I play against Sigma, where I'm like, I can tell they're not as good as me, as I can tell because I forced them to use grass really early, right? Then I block their rock, and then I rock them out of their grass, and they just continually force them backwards, and their team has to collapse and collapse and collapse. Okay, so interesting thing. Actually, so you don't really have time to contest this. All right, so I think it's okay to be playing down here, but ideally you want to take high ground. But I think it's okay to play down here at least for now. But the problem is, you've been losing the Sigma matchup so badly that I would not feel comfortable doing this. Because this is an even fight, right? You versus Sigma right now is even. I just don't know that you can win this based on what I've seen so far. The Sigma has better aim, better mechanics usage on shield and rock and grasp than you. So I'm going to assume that you are going to once again lose this matchup. Right? Like, what is that shot? Once again, your shield's super low right now, and he's grasping. Just rock him right now. Right? Good, rock. But then you rock, but then you follow up. Why are you leaving? Just walk up and hit him. You can get a free 110 damage after that rock by shooting it straight into him. And then probably more because he doesn't have grasp. Okay? It's like very important to farm ultimate in this period of time. The Sigma's ahead of you 91 to 74%. Okay? So the Sigma's 17% ahead of you right now. If you want to be quote unquote, like, you know, you think you're a diamond level tank or whatever, diff this Sigma. If you can't diff the Sigma, you don't belong in diamond. For sure. You can't be a little better than the Sigma, you have to be way better than the Sigma. If you're Plat 5 right now, you have to be dramatically better than the Sigma. Like, it should not even be close. Like, at 10 out of 10 fights, right? If you think you're diamond, you should be winning at least 8 of the fights, right? 80% of the fights against a platinum, especially a platinum 5 tank, you should be winning if you're diamond level. Okay, turrets here. I would definitely try to shoot a turret here, but again, you're throwing shields out that have no health. Like, what is the point of throwing out a shield that's gonna die instantly? It's 29 health right now, right? You're not even being shot at. Just shoot the turret. Okay, shield breaks. This is a big no-no. Sigma, never let shield break, right? Because the way shield mechanics works, even a 1 health shield can stop a diva bomb. Okay, no reason to be throwing a shield out and ever let it break like that. It's not doing anything. Just let it charge. Okay. So, Pharah is killed. So, you know, whose fault is this? Okay, yeah, obviously the Pharah flanked, but to some extent, if you are holding the team back, your team has more awareness to look for Pharah. Okay? Because their team is constantly moving forward, you're going to see the soldier's going to focus. I guarantee you, if you push them way back around the corner and they were just trapped here at the Mega, then the soldier would have time to look for this Pharah. Okay? And maybe they don't take damage. And maybe your Anna's not over here trying to kill people because she just got back to the fight and everyone's getting low already. Okay? So again, I would say 50% your fault. Right? This comes back to the amorphous idea of space, right? Of just like taking pressure off of your team, which you're just not doing. Like, you see, the carts never stopped moving. At no moment in time were you able to stop the cart or do anything to prevent them from continuing forwards. Right? And once again, your Sigma's targeting your Hanzo. What are you doing? You're just spamming at long range, right? If you think you can win this fight, just walk up there and kill a Sigma. Okay? Because that's what he's going to do to your Hanzo pretty soon, or your Anna. Again, your shield's super low. Why are you holding your shield? Nobody's shooting at it. Okay, you're forced to solo flux a Sigma. This is rock, thankfully. Okay. Alright. So, you got that kill, which is great. I mean, it's not ideal use of flux, but you can get it, sure, there you go. I think in most scenarios, that flux does not work. If the turret's that fire away, there's nothing you can do about that, right? Most important thing is think, oh man, yeah, you can't do anything about that. I mean, one thing you could have done, so this is actually what I thought you were doing, is when you rotated back over, I thought you were going to... So, did you see the turret? Rotate back here. I thought, right here, you were going to walk forward, shield, and destroy the turret for them. Okay, which would have been okay. I mean, it's honestly not a bad use of time. I might have done, I don't know, 50-50 if I would have done that or just got back. But that would have prevented them from dying. But the Torb just kind of kills both of them with headshots. I give you like 25% responsibility there. Like, very little, I would say, was you. And that's just them just dying. Alright, again, pop the shield very early. Okay, he pops Flux. You should be looking for Rock right away. Right? You should be walking towards him to make the Rock easy. Instead, you just haven't looked at this at all. You force beat here, but this shouldn't happen. At higher levels, there's no way a Sigma shooting this far away will force Lucio beat. Like, that's just... It's not even aimed. Like, it's very easy for Lucio to avoid getting hit by you, right? At this distance. There's no reason that you should be forcing beat. Okay. You've totally ignored the Sigma, right? Who is about to flux your team for some reason. Like, you just... Like, he pops it, he floats over your head, you're just like, I'm gonna keep shooting this Lucio instead of trying to flux and rock and prevent this flux from happening. Soldier gets lifted, right? Sigma misses, right? Sigma's still chasing your backline, you just don't care. Right? You're busy shooting and missing these people. You should get the Mega right now while you have the brief opportunity to do so, because clearly you're not being healed because the Sigma's like walking over your backline. Right? Now you recognize far too late, oh no, the Sigma's killing my team, and then you just die. Like, this all started with, hey, the Sigma is actually very overextended. Okay? Like, it's a 3-on-5 situation. You gotta take what you can get. The Sigma is very far forward. You could rock right here and then come down and, and fight him in his face, and the Ana will be able to heal you and keep you alive. And maybe you can do something here. Right? But instead, you're just kind of fighting these guys and missing. Right? It's one thing if you're like hitting shots and maybe you can kill and trade or something, but you're not doing anything right now. Right? Again, Sigma's just in your team's face. Soldier is forced to run away. This is the exact opposite of space creation, right? This is negative space. Their team taking this space, this safe spot for your team to play, taking that away from you. They're taking this spot away from you. They're taking everything away from you, and you are doing nothing to stop them. You can also grasp the core. Yeah, the point's capped. I don't think you want to play this far up. High ground, I think it's okay. If you want to play high ground there, I'm supportive of that. Honestly, I think this is kind of a tough point to play Sigma because it's like just long enough that your shots are not that helpful, and you can't control high ground once you get knocked off, which inevitably will happen. Don't worry about the turret. That turret's not in a good position for you to do it. If your team doesn't have any dive heroes, so you don't. That turret's never gonna shoot it. Okay, you get knocked off high ground. Rock's coming. You don't shield it. I don't know how you can watch this and be like, oh man, I'm deserving of diamond because the enemy Sigma. You see how he's just constantly pushing you back, right? Every shot, he just keeps moving you back. You see how he's splashing the whole team with these shots. Okay, look, everyone here is full health, right? He rocks you. Okay, he hits your soldier, right? You release shield. Right? Now, see how much damage he just did? He just did 100 damage to 2 of your heroes. He just did 200 damage with that shot. You're over here doing basically nothing, right? Your shield's super low because your shield management is bad. Okay? You aren't controlling high ground because you're Sigma, so like, what can you do? But like, you can't not control high ground and not control the left and not control main as a tank, right? And expect to win. You know, like you're not doing any of the things that you need to do in order to win this game. And you can't do all of the things, but you just do at least one of the things. None of the things here are happening. The cart, like you might as well not be here. If you were physically not here, the cart would not be moving any faster or slower, rather. So once again, poor shield management, right? You throw this rock that it does a prayer of landing, right? Sig is chasing down here. See, imagine if you had rock right now, the Sig dies, right? He walks into Mega, right? Which is good positioning, right? He knows where the Mega is. He goes back. He steps on it. Your shield's way too far forwards. Okay, you're missing him at point blank. All right, you finally land a rock. The fight's probably over pretty soon. Oh man, you finally killed him. Great. But again, your whole team has gotten walked over at the time. Lucio's from the cart. Missed the rock. More. You gotta hit these shots. Use grasp. We're gonna get another poor grasp. Rock's okay. I mean, I understand that rock. Right? Sigma's gonna force you back here, which is okay. You don't need to fight right now. Like you're down 2, right? You don't need to fight right now. You can slow cart right now, but only if you think you can get away or live long enough for your supports to get back to you. Bad shield again. New grasp. Can your team follow up with this at all? No, right? Your supports are looking at your injured soldier. Your soldier's going to Mega. You're lifting 3 right now, but you're the only person who would do anything about this, right? Whose fault is that? Yours. Your team can't control when you grasp or your flux, right? It's your job to look back and be like, can my team follow up on this or not? And if your team can't follow up on that, it is your job to then be like, okay, I'm going to win the fight anyway by killing these people during flux, right? Can you do it? No. Of all possible targets to shoot during flux, you have 3 eligible options, right? Flux does 50 damage plus 50% of their health. So at 200 health heroes, it does 50 initially and then 100 on the slam, which means you only need to do 50 damage to them to kill them through flux, okay? Instead, you lift them and you target the one guy who has a ton of health, okay? And then who's probably going to get healed up by the Ana right after this. You could have gone for the Vera. You could have gone for the Lucio. Going for the Sigma here, even purple, was the wrong call. Okay? So you go for the Sigma. I don't think you can land directs. I think those are splashes. Anyway, this triggers beat, which is good. Right? So beat's triggered. You use rock, but you spam it. Like, there's no reason to throw a rock here. There's shield here. The Sigma's behind the shield. There's no reason to throw a rock. Now, because you've wasted rock, you have nothing to do. No way you can stop flux. Right? He fluxes. Nano flux is actually a really bad option. It doesn't increase the flux damage. Right? Again, rock would be super useful here. The Sigma goes overextended and dies. Right? And then you're very lucky that that got whipped. That shot hit the wall, which is why you didn't hit the Ana. You're over aiming, right? You're overthinking how fast they can possibly move. Both cores off. Okay, cool. Get a kill. Right, this is all just cleanup right now. Okay, again, another rock, another non-shield. Alright, again, you don't need shield right now. You're not letting your shield reach yet. Again, great opportunity to rock. You hit it, you could have gotten that kill. Right? If you just follow that to the right and shot, he has 50 health. You follow this to the right and shoot him, he's dead. You saw they use purple. There's no reason not to follow that. You're perfectly safe. Right? I know there's a Reaper above you, but like you could have just killed the Sigma and then whatever this Reaper's doing, right? You throw the shield as though the Reaper is targeting you and is going to do any meaningful amount of damage from this distance, instead of throwing the shield to save your soldier or just shooting the Reaper to help your soldier in one-on-one. Very lucky you walked into that trap and dies. That's nothing to do with you. Okay, once again, see if the Sigma dips you again. So, again, you hear the fan? Okay, so the second this happens, you should turn and rock, right? It's close enough. Right here, turn and rock. I would already be hitting rock by the time I'm turning to try to save my team. Because if you do it any later, if you turn, look, and then rock, it's going to be too late. So, you see the Pharah, you still have the opportunity to rock her right now, at least to try to get the kill and trade. If you don't do it, instead you use Grasp, though you're like, the least likely target to get hit by Pharah ulti. You come out again. You see the Lucio on your right that you're just ignoring for some reason. I don't know why you're solo grasping a Lucio in a 4-on-1 situation. Right? These two are clearly not trying to take this fight. Like, they are leaving. I don't even think you get the hits in the air. Right? Once the Sigma dies, this fight's over. You didn't do anything. This is your spawn, right? For the same reason that I told you you have to go fast when you're on offense, your spawn is right here. Unless they wipe you all very, very quickly, once one of them dies, the fight's basically over. It's like you get frustrated. Oh, I'm gonna get you. Huge waste. Right, you did get the double rep there. Right, Junkrat's just sitting there. Great. So they're gonna push in here. Again, you don't have Flux, but you should be farming for Flux to try to potentially get another Flux here. Okay, you're just letting your whole team die because you have no presence out on the map. Right? Like, why are you spending so much time? Like, you're so indecisive about where you want to go. You could have, like, from the moment that previous fight ended, you could have already been on high ground if you want to be high ground. Now you're walking in, you're on the wrong side, you're trying to assassinate people, you need to do so. Right? Your team's gotten walked over, you've lost 3. Okay, Lucio, Sigma's super low. Right? You see how low the Sigma is. That is your one choice, like one option here to potentially turn this fight. Is turn, look, you see the Sigma's crazy low. This is just 2 bursts right here, right? 1, 2, you miss half, okay? Yeah, now you rock right away, shoot, and he dies. You decide not to go for it, then you try to kill somebody else, but that was, again, the only possible opportunity to get a kill right there. Okay. So, I'm gonna stop watching there. I would say none of this feels, even for console, like diamond level play, to be perfectly honest. I think across the board, I think you have a lot of optimizations that you need to make on Sigma. I think your grasp usage, I think your shield usage is the worst of the possible things. I think your shield usage is like almost useless the vast majority of the time that you do it. I would say next up is your grasp, where I think often you use grasp when it's simply not necessary, and then you don't have it when you need it, and so you get minimal value for it, right? I think after that is rock. I think you're okay at actually rocking people, but you don't identify the right times to be rocking them. And then I would also say that your flux usage is okay, right? Like sometimes you like manage to do it and convert it in situations that I honestly think were not valuable. And then you do things like you solo flux the Lucio, or you're fluxing when teammates can't help. There's a lot of situations where I don't think the flux are very high value. I don't think you can consistently execute the flux insta-kill either, right? The flux one-shot. And then your regular aim is okay. I think that for console, this is probably feels like platinum level aim. It does not feel like diamond level aim for console from what I've seen. I think your aim's going to need to get better if you want to consistently be a diamond on aim alone. But in particular, I think that if you really want to be like, hey, look, I'm good enough for diamond, you really have to be outplaying the opposing tank by a lot, and it's just not evident here at all. I would say that your DPS actually are the ones that are carrying you here and are significantly better than the opposing team's DPS from what I have seen. Okay, hopefully it's helpful.